guys, so today I'm going to be running you through my November favourites, and I have a few different things this month in the way of makeup, hair, jewellery and a few other things. Before I tell you about my favourites of the month, I wanted to tell you guys about an exciting new short film that Vogue Australia have just brought out, which is to celebrate 55 years of Australian Vogue. The short film is all about the current issue of Vogue, which I have here, and the theme is Future Focus. So the 50th anniversary of Vogue Australia was all about reflecting on the past, and the 55th anniversary is about looking to the future of Vogue. So they basically go through how they put this issue together. So I really recommend you guys see it. I've got a link to the video up here. Also make sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel, which I've provided a link to, because they put out a lot of different style videos, keeping up to date with the latest kind of trends that are happening here in Australia. I love the new issue. I'm really excited that Gemma Ward is back modelling. She is like one of my all-time favourite Australian models, and she took a bit of a break for a while, but now she's back on the cover, which is really great to see. And make sure you pick up a copy of the latest Australian Vogue and check out the short film. So now I'm going to run through my favourites of the month. I'm going to start with makeup because it's always a good place to start. Now I haven't got that many new products this month, but I have picked up a few new ones along the month, and I've also got a few favourites which I purchased maybe a bit before that. So I'm going to start with a product from Lime Crime. You guys know how much I love Lime Crime. Now I recently received their new eyeshadow brightener. Now I already was using the eyeshadow helper, which was more of a neutral kind of nude coloured eyeshadow primer, and the difference with their new eyeshadow primer is that it is pure white. I'll just show you a little swatch of it. It's very concentrated and thick, and it has a kind of matte texture to it. Really helps the eyeshadow grip to the product, and obviously the purpose of this product is to brighten your eyeshadow, and it really does work. I tend to use their old primer for when I do smoky eyes or a darker eye, and when I'm doing a really light or colourful eye, I use their new eyeshadow brightener because it really brings out the colour. So if you're looking for if you wear a lot of bright eyeshadow colours, or you wear really intense eye makeup, I really recommend their new eyeshadow brightener. It's becoming a new quick favourite of mine. Staying on the topic of eyes, you guys would have seen in my Halloween video, Get Ready With Me, that I was putting these little shields underneath my eyes when I applied my eye makeup. Now, shadow shields are a saver for me. They're so great. What they are is they prevent fallout from underneath your eye. Now, I don't know about you guys, but one way that they tell you to apply a smoky eye is to do the smoky eye first and then apply your base. Personally, I hate working my base around my finished eye. I like to do my eye last, but the problem with this is if you're doing a heavy eye, it tends to fall out here and you have to redo your makeup anyway. So this saves that from happening. You get quite a lot in a box. You get 30 in a box. They're only about $8 a packet. I picked them up from Hub Makeup here in Melbourne. And as well as preventing fallout, they give you a great line with your eyeshadow, so you can kind of place them on an angle so you get a really definitive line with your eyeshadow as well. So these are a great all-rounder product, and I recommend picking them up. One quick thing that I picked up this week from Daiso for $2.80 is this super cute false lash holder. I lose my false eyelashes, or I tend to throw them and they lose their shape. The good thing is this is curved, and I haven't really stuck them in properly yet, but yeah, if you guys have a Daiso around you, they have the cutest little boxes and stuff for things like your false lashes, and they're so cheap. So I recommend going to Daiso for little things like this. For some face products that I really love this month, I did my order of my NARS foundation and concealer again, and I decided to try out a new primer. At the moment I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish primer. I've been hearing a lot about it. It is silicone based, so not everyone really likes the feel of that on their skin. So far I like it. It's making my foundation go a long way. My foundation is really expensive, the NARS one, but it's just like the perfect match for my skin, so I always buy it, and this helps just spread it a little bit further. It really makes my foundation last, and also helps it blend better on my face. So that's what I've been trying out at the moment. I'm just using the travel size just to see what I think about it before I buy a full size one. I also picked up another product from NARS, and this is the NARS Copacabana Illuminator. Now, I'm not usually a fan of liquid illuminators, but I've got it on today, and I use the tiniest bit of it. I place it on the apples of my cheeks, and I pat it and I gently blend it out without rubbing the powder that's already on my face. Otherwise it tends to look patchy. But if you apply this correctly, a little goes a long way. It's an amazing product. It's really good for fair skin. It's not too dark. It's not really like a tan. It's more of a peachy coral kind of finish. And if you're not into that full-on sheen, you can also apply just a drop of it to your foundation for an all-over glow. So liquid illuminators, this one I really recommend. I'm back to my old favourite, and I come and go between this product all the time. The NARS Studio Fix foundation, powder, whatever you want to call it. Now the difference is I didn't realise they made a colour this light. Before this I was using NC15 and it was always a little bit yellow on my skin. But now I'm using NW10 and it is such a beautiful colour for a kind of more pink based pale skin tone. So I'm really liking that colour, that shade. So I'm back on the Studio Fix and that's the colour I'm using. The last makeup product I have to talk about, which isn't really a makeup product, it's more of a tool. I got some fancy as tweezers this month because I was like, it's time for me to stop using these cheap, blunt tweezers, and I always wanted to get a pair of Tweezerman tweezers, so I got some this month, and they make such a difference when I'm plucking my eyebrows, seriously. They're not that expensive, they're about $40, but the difference on using them compared to other ones is that they just pick up the really fine hairs so much better, and my eyebrows look so much better as a result. So if you do want to buy a nice pair of tweezers, get the Tweezerman ones, and from what I've heard, they have a lifetime warranty and they will sharpen them for free for you at the store if they ever go blunt, and that's pretty awesome. So it's kind of like buying an expensive knife. They will sharpen them for free for you. So that's those. Now I just have two hair products to talk to you about. Obviously I am wearing a wig right now. I wish my hair actually looked like this, but it doesn't. My hair is in a really awkward stage of growth right now. Most of you guys know I shaved my head about 5 months ago or so. And at the moment I'm kind of looking like some kind of Dragon Ball Z character. It just sticks like directly up in the air, and I hate it. And I went to Aveda and I was like, is there anything that you can give me to make my hair sit flat on my head, because this is ridiculous. If you want to know what patience feels like, real patience, shave your head. I swear it is the most painful growing out process. But they gave me two products which have been working. The first one is a straightener. It's called the Smooth Infusion Naturally Straight, and as well as working as a straightening balm when you blow dry your hair or iron it, it also is meant to, over time, permanently straighten your hair out. So every time you use it, apparently by the 5th time you use it, your hair should stay straight for 3 washes without even needing to use this, and over time it'll permanently reduce frizz and straighten out your hair. So I will keep using this and I'll let you guys know if it actually has made a difference to my hair permanently. So far, just by using it, it's been really good. And the other thing I've been using is a styling product. I've been using the Aveda Control Paste, which is what they recommend for if you want a kind of held style but you don't want it to be really greasy or oily looking. You just want it to be kind of matte, but you want your hair to stay in place, more of a natural finish. So the Control Paste is great. It is expensive. I think I paid about $45 or $50 for this, but my experience with Aveda products is that they last for ages and they're really good for your hair, so it is really worth the money if you do find something you like from Aveda. The other hair thing I have to talk about is kind of irrelevant to my hair unless I'm wearing a human hair wig, but I bought this anyway. It's from Vidal Sassoon and it is called the Deep Retro Glam Styler. Now, obviously the only time I use this is when I'm wearing my human hair wigs, and what it does is it gives you a really nice wavy kink in your hair, something kind of similar to this but more of like a wave, but instead of giving you like a crimped look, it gives you that really nice deep thick waves that is kind of like a 50s pinup girl look. And they've just started making these and they're only like $40 from Priceline. And yeah, so that's what I've been using on my wigs at the moment. I have a few pieces of jewelry to show you. All of them are by small companies. I like buying products from little companies and supporting them because it's really good to support people that are doing their own thing, really, and have an awesome kind of idea. And I want to kind of tell you guys about some of my favorite new brands that I'm loving. The first one is from the UK. I have a friend, an Instagram friend called Holly, and her name's Holly Harris, and she makes these really awesome die cut wooden brooches and they're all vintage inspired, and she puts them on these vintage swap cards and she gets them all laser cut, and I'll just zoom in. She gets every piece laser cut and then she paints them all by hand, and she does things like deer, she does a twiggy head brooch, she does one with psychedelic mushrooms on it. She makes all these really awesome brooches. They're really affordable. I buy them off Etsy, so I'll give you a link to her store in the description box as well. And the last one is a lovely lady who hails from Australia, and she makes pop art inspired perspex accessories, and I love her stuff. It's so great. So she's just brought out this new range, and it's really inspired by this kind of neon signs in the sex shops, and you'll know what I mean when I show you. So this is the first pair of earrings I got from her, and they are R18 sign earrings, which are freaking amazing. And the other pair I got is, these are my favorites. These are giant XXX earrings. So everything is really oversized, really makes a statement. So if you're wanting something that's really out there, well made and locally made, then I recommend checking out her stuff. She does have stockists overseas as well, but you can buy online from Australia, so I'll give a link to her website as well. The final thing that I have to show you is completely irrelevant to fashion and beauty and everything, but I guess it is fashionable if you're a fashionable pet lover. So this week I adopted a kitten. You guys that follow me on Instagram will know that I bought a kitten from a rescue shelter. It's a little white cat, little white boy. He's only a few weeks old. He was found abandoned with his within a litter in an old building site, and yeah, the poor little things, they went into care, and I was wanting a cat, so I went and met them and I picked up the little boy, and I'm going to be getting him in about a week, so I'm really excited. I've decided to call him Bowie, I think. He's pure white, and because I saved a bit of money on buying a cat from a shelter instead of buying pedigree cat, I spent that money on getting really nice accessories for my pet. So what I did was I bought him this like state-of-the-art bed, seriously. This is for you that like to pamper your pet. It's called the Sleepy Pod, and what it is basically a bed and a hammock and a warming pad and a carrier in one. So the bottom bit looks like this, and I got the white one. It's got this fur lining inside which you can zip out and you can change it with different things on it. And then the top bit looks like this, and so you can zip that on the top there for when you need to take your cat to the vet or you're traveling or whatever, and that opens up and it's breathable on the top there. And other than that, you can just have it open like that, like a bed. And I got all these different attachments to go in it. So you can get a hammock attachment, which in summer you can put over the top so that they can sit on the top of it and they have a bit more air. And I also got a white faux fur lining because my cat's white, so this is gonna like blend in there. So if you have a bit of money to spend and you want to get your cat something, or a cat or a small dog, something really nice, the Sleepy Pod is pretty much the Rolls Royce of cat's beds, and I really hope he sleeps in it, otherwise I'm gonna be a little bit annoyed because this thing cost me upwards of $300, but fingers crossed. That's all I have for my favorites this month. Oh wait, no, I have one more favorite. So my last favorite is this skirt. I'm really obsessed with latex clothing at the moment. I've been buying a lot from Westward Bound, which is a UK site. They make everything custom made to order. And I've also been buying from Eagle Leather, which is an Australian website. That's where this skirt is from. Latex is quite expensive to buy and it's difficult to get on. If you guys are interested in latex clothing and you would like me to make a special video talking about latex clothing, how to wear it, where to buy it, how to look after it, let me know, because I've learned a lot about it recently and I could tell you guys about it. That's all I have really for today. Make sure you check out the video from Vogue and subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I will speak to you guys soon. Bye!